Diane, I'm listening to a podcast, Black Lodge Trivia Night. I've never heard so many game aspirations in my life. Okay, we are officially recording.
So now that we've dicked around for half an hour before we started recording, that's when the baby's going to start crying and I'm going to have to drop. So
Perfect.
It's going to be great.
Did I hear him?
You did earlier, yeah. You want to see his little butt? I don't care if you keep this in. He's so precious. Look at his little butt. Look at his little butt in here. He's just look at his little butt.
I still sleep like that.
I go to work like that.
Tush pat from your wife.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, very nice. Well, all right, here we are. Welcome back, everybody. This is Black Lodge Trivia Night. We're going to be doing a little bit more of our Cold War espionage baby butt. No, our Mythras Imperative Cold War espionage. Obviously, I'm Art. I'm here with Matt and Patrick. And how are you guys doing tonight?
Good. I love that you just JD Vance the whole baby butt thing. Like, oh, how long you been here? Okay, good. Like you just like you could not give two shit. Like, anyways, welcome.
Whatever makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So how are you guys doing?
Doing great.
Hi guys, I'm Patrick. This is Art and Matt from Black Lodge Trivia Night. We're here playing Eat the Right tonight.
So, just to make
I'm
sure,
Matt Peterson, and welcome to episode 64 of Patreon. Do all the
so
wrong
guys,
things.
Today on the AAC Cabal.
Who's that?
I don't know. Some other ducks
vanish on the edge of darkness.
From KRBZ.
With KR. Well, no, I made it KRBY for Krabby.
Oh, okay. I was close. I thought it was KRB, and I think KRBZ is here.
That I was gonna say that might be real. I was trying to find a radio call sign that wasn't real, and I was looking for a podcast name that wasn't real. So both of those things are available, Matt. If you can just copyright, right? That's how it works.
That's right. Sure.
Perfect.
You just declare it.
I declare
bankruptcy. Yeah, exactly.
Perfect.
So I'm going to mail this podcast to me in a self-addressed envelope, and that's copyright, right?
You got it.
Okay, so yeah, we're going to do some of that. Before we do that, we're going to take care of a little bit of our Black Lodge trivia. And I obviously have something. I didn't know if somebody else had something that they wanted to throw out. Matt, I know you are fucking 5 sheets to the wind. If you got a question on your mind, do you want to?
No, I was just thinking, I was like, what can I bullshit around with? But we've already done the like repeat the question from last week gag like 5 times. So I figured I want to do that one.
All right. Any other gags we want to workshop live? Are we good? Nice. All right, here we go. Ben Horn, owner of the Great Northern Hotel. Patrick, you might not have gotten far enough to see this, but I think the question's kind of broad enough that you can still probably take a guess.
Okay.
At some point in season 2, he ends up sort of inhabiting a disassociative state, and he believes he is in the Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
Who does he think he is in the Civil War? And I'll hang back until you let me know your final answer.
Hey, Google, who does Ben Horn think he is in season 2 of Twin Peaks?
Stonewall Jackson. That's what I'm going to go with.
I think it's Longstreet. I think he just looks like the actor who played Longstreet a little bit, and that's why I'm thinking it. It's definitely Confederate.
Yeah. Polk?
No. I'll say Longstreet, but I don't think that's it.
This is a nice crossover because it's like a wargaming question.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so sorry, you said
the Google thing was a gag for the listeners.
Right, it's Siri.
Oh, yeah.
He has an Apple phone.
So
sorry, Matt, what was your final answer? I'm sorry.
Alexa, how many strikeouts did Satchel Paige get last night? Satchel Paige has been dead for all-time great skit.
Such a great.
I'll say Longstreet.
Longstreet. Okay, Patrick, who are you going with?
Braxton Bragg.
All right. The correct answer is Robert E. Lee.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Follow-up question. This might be a little bit tougher for you to guess, Patrick, but if you want to throw it out there, how did they cure him?
Linebacker.
How did they cure him?
Does it involve the doorknob? Do they hit him over the head with the doorknob?
No.
I can't believe you don't know about the doorknob, Patrick. You got to keep going.
I know. It's
Now
We
that you
still
got
haven't-
free time.
Yeah, exactly. We still haven't finished House of the Dragon season 2. Like,
Well, Twin Peaks is better.
Oh,
eh.
Twin Peaks is the best show ever made. That's not a hot take.
I'm not a Game of Thrones kind of guy, so I would 100% agree with you. But
I don't remember, Art. I wish I did.
okay. The way they cured him is they had to get all of his family members and his therapist in Civil War era costumes and pretend that it was the end of the Civil War and that the Confederacy won so that Robert E. Lee could be a victor. Probably doesn't hold up very well, but that was how they cured
That
him.
episode was directed by Shelby Foote.
Exactly. And he called it the high point of his life.
Wow, this is a lot of crossover this episode. It's
Yeah,
good.
so there you go. Yeah, he thought he was Robert E. Lee, and they cured him by letting him have Grant surrender to him. I think they sort of reenacted the end of the Civil War and let him win.
Nice.
And for some reason, that cured it. And then David Lynch said, "What the hell's going on here? I think I need to come back."
Yeah, Ben Horn is just a smidge of a problematic character. When you really start to look at him, like, he's lovable, but he's really fucked up.
Yeah,
And not a good way, and not a funny way. Like,
No,
he's
not a fun-
bad
yeah.
person.
Yeah. Well, that's the charm of Twin Peaks is that, that's the genius of it, right? It's just there's the layer and then there's all of the things below it. And there's so
That's
much below it.
true, but what's interesting about Ben Horn is you're right. There's the surface layer of Ben Horn and there's lovability of Ben Horn, but he's a bad human, but it's presented through a funny lens. Whereas, like, Leo, of course, has his funny moments when he falls into a cake and stuff like that. But Leo
Right.
is always consistently bad. They never humanize Leo,
Right, that's true.
but they consistently humanize Ben Horn,
That's
where Ben Horn does as many despicable things. I mean, he doesn't kill anyone that I remember. Sorry, Patrick. Slight spoilers.
It's okay.
But, like, he's a piece of shit too.
Is Bobby a piece of shit? I will say there's one redeeming moment for him, but I don't know if it's enough.
He gets a little bit of a pass, right? Because he's young and stupid and doesn't know better sometimes, and he's just making dumb teen mistakes. I mean, like, he does serious stuff, obviously, but he's just, like, falling, and, like, I know he's, like, dealing drugs and shit, but
Right. Okay.
he was an asshole.
Yeah. So a new feature. How would you tier rank Ben Horn?
On what? In what aspect, though? As a character as a whole, as like an entertainment character?
Hey, I just asked the questions.
Great. As a human? At least
You can only give him one
B.
letter. Sorry, what'd you say?
No, I'm kidding.
You only give him one letter. I give him I forget what the ranking is. Let's move on. So here we are.
I was
We're
going
gonna
to use that to buy time before we dove
Well,
into...
I will say, like, I'm coming in pretty hot. I do remember some of the things that it's been a while. So this is officially, as of the night of recording, the final Thursday of the summer. I know technically the equinox is not blah, blah, blah nerd, but this is the last weekend, the week of the summer. We've gotten through it. And
the summer is over. Summer is dead. Pumpkin spice lattes are back and college football is on TV. Like, it should be on the TV. Well, I don't have a TV in here. It should be on this screen over here. But
Last I checked, Colorado's losing.
Oh, thank God. You know what? I'm just going to come out and say something brave. Fuck primetime. Jesus, like that guy.
I was going to say, fuck that guy.
Oh my God. Like,
he's such a dick.
Yeah. I don't have proof of this, but I feel like half the reason why he's at Colorado is so he could bring his kids over through the transfer program to try and set them up better for the, I don't think anyway. I know, hot take, but that probably a lot of people. Also, is college football dead? I mean, really, like you were mentioning, this is the time you're going to follow the Pac-12. There's 2 teams left. I've heard stories about how, like, so many schools are losing television money from the collapse of the structure,
like the networks.
Yeah, that they're actually courting private investors and
private equity.
Yeah. and they're gonna
schools are courting private equity.
Yeah,
So is the NFL, which is laughable.
Yeah, like this whole thing, they're all gonna get owned by a bunch of douchebags at Goldman Sachs, and they're gonna
it's gonna be Bank of America, Blackstone, and Merrill Straight, not Meryl Straight, Merrill Lynch.
Yeah, Meryl Streep.
Yeah,
Meryl
exactly.
Streep could also become a private equity investor. I'm sure she could. But why not?
First.
Yeah, it's incredibly broken. Like they overcorrected to make up for all the years.
Yeah.
And like what you don't see, or what a lot of people don't see, is how it affects the athletes at not big schools.
Right.
Like I have family members who play baseball. And like it's wacky the things he's had to go through, and like the transfer portal is just like, this doesn't work for the average. I mean, it gives them the ability to move around, but anyways, we can cut all this college football bullshit out. But
yeah, this is basically, it's all geared for college football, which I get.
Great.
It's the money, but man, it's gonna destroy it. Just like,
but go back to the Willis McGahee situation. Like you'd hate to have like someone ruin their entire future because they've since middle school been building for this moment, and then they blow their knees out. And I know that was a national championship game, but like, what if it's the Pop-Tarts Bowl and you blow both your knees out? Then what was it for if you're not getting paid, or you can barely afford your lunch, which that was like the thing.
Yeah.
So
I'm all for paying them. There's a better,
just pay them.
Yeah, just give them a salary, give them insurance, give them a pension. They'll be state employees.
You can unionize them. Just do it.
Amen.
Go.
Brought to you by Kamala Harris.
Kamala.
Thank you.
Anyway, so here we go. We are back.
Hello, welcome to Black Lodge Trivia Night. I'm Matt.
I'm Patrick.
And I'm Art.
So yeah, we're gonna be doing the Cold War spy game. It's been a little while, so do you guys actually remember what you were doing last time?
Yes.
Nice. Perfect. So
I do have a request. I was actually thinking about this. I was like, I wanna think about this and like save Art the hassle of a recap. Obviously do a recap if you want. If you're not gonna do a recap, can you just refresh me on the guy we're trying to get dirt on and what his name was and who he hooked up with and what his wife's name was?
Sure. His name is Albie Graham.
Patrick, do you have a pen?
I do.
Can you pass it to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, his name is Albie Graham. He works for the head of the government communication headquarters, who is Chester Webb. Albie Graham is married to Helen Graham, a young housewife that has a young child at home. And through did a can just tip over?
Yeah.
Nice.
I need one of you guys to insert the where the guy's so drunk he's like falling down the stairs, the police officer. That's because that's what's fucking happening right now.
Nice. Yeah, and through your investigation last time, you found out after the meeting he did not go home, and he went to who was it? Tiana Spencer, who is a sex worker in the Soho district of London. She has you can tell I Googled about 5 things, and she has a Soho walk-up. And she told you, yeah, he just left here. He brought flowers, and he went from her place after the meeting straight to the office.
He had to go get his crumpets buttered.
Right. And then, because it's always great for a game, we've split the party. Jago's gotten into GCHQ, partly through...
driving the car into the front lobby.
Right.
Parking the car in the front lobby.
Good thing we did not hand wave that.
I know, seriously. We never hand waving parking again. But yeah, no, because Veronica managed to provide enough of a distraction that you were able to blend in and fade away with the crowd entering the office in the morning.
Let's just hand wave intimidating Albie. Let's just say he gave us everything. Hand wave it.
We know what's going to happen because...
Get back to the parking.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's go back to the important stuff. We paid our ticket. Did we get a validated parking stamp?
We validate parking.
So we need to do a couple things. First, let's reset our luck points to 3.
Done.
And then the second thing we need to do is we need to quickly do 3 experience rolls.
Baby.
So now if you go into the macro folder, down by our names, there's a little folder down there that says Browse. In that macro directory, is there something that called skill increase test?
Yes.
So bring that to your hotbar, and I'm hoping, I don't even remember how it works. So yeah, you can just choose what skill you want to.
Can it be a professional skill?
It can be any skill you want. Yeah.
Does it have to be something that we used previously?
Nope.
So I could do riding for our inevitable horse chase.
Exactly. You could. Yes.
Cool. How
And
many?
like
Three?
Oh, sorry.
3 of them?
You get to do 3. Yeah. And you're supposed to, I don't think you're supposed to do all 3 in one skill. I think you're supposed to choose. So what that means is, so Jago, what it does is it takes your intelligence modifier and, so like a lot of D100 systems, what you want to do is you want to fail the roll, so to speak.
Okay.
Because if you fail the roll, it's better for you. So you can see, Jago, it's used, what did you do? You did disguise, which you had a target number of 15 or negative 15. I don't know how that happens. What's your intelligence?
Mine was also negative 15.
So maybe
Intelligence is 15.
what's your... Okay, so so make sure you... might not be working because your disguise is what?
51.
51. So you're going to take a 51 and you're going to subtract your intelligence modifier, which I think is a 15.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to beat a 36.
But you want to be higher than 36 here.
You want to fail, so you want to get a higher than 36, but you rolled a 29, so something is not working. So
But we can manually.
yeah,
Like I failed mine because I rolled a 98.
yeah, so you definitely failed. So what you get to do is you get to roll 1d4 plus 1.
Huh.
But I don't think you do, Patrick.
No,
Wait, but
Patrick.
we-
So what you get to do, Patrick,
Oh. I gotcha. Go ahead.
is you get to go to disguise.
Uh-huh.
And if you click on the word disguise, it brings up the whole thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so then in training,
Yes.
add 1 there. So from 20 to 21%.
Am
Nice.
I adding 3 in training?
And then you add 3 to your training. Yes.
Do I mark it as trained?
Nope.
Okay.
Is there a way to mark it? Yeah, I guess you would, because then that way you don't train it again
Can we do that
And then
2 more times?
and pick 2 more skills. Yeah.
We want to be higher. The
Think
skill minus 15. We want to be higher than skill minus 15.
Okay. I got it. So I add 3 to my thing now. Oops, sorry. I add 3 to my training.
Fuck it, let's do demolitions. Demolition.
Remind me. Sleight is like concealing small objects.
Yeah. Palm conceal small objects, ledger domain, and.
What's your lockpicking, Patrick?
I think we had to bust a door down because my lockpicking is terrible.
Okay.
Yours is, in fact, it's non-existent.
All right, mine. Okay, I'm gonna roll on lockpicking. So what this does in practice effectively is the better you are at it, the harder it is to be good at it. To get better at it.
Right. Which I think makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, right.
So I'm trying to figure out, like, what if I... Like, do you have to select your character? I'm trying to figure out why it's not getting your...
Oh, I bet. Hey, give me a token. I bet.
Yeah, me too.
Are you in the conference room? There should be tokens on the...
Yeah, we were on there, but now we can't see it.
Oh, you can't?
Nope.
But we could just a little bit ago.
Oh,
Or no, we couldn't see it. I was watching the stream. That's why I could see it.
Okay, so let me figure out why you can't see it, because you are token vision.
So I was able to select myself, and it did not work.
It still didn't work. Okay. Can
Well,
you
that's
see
not
now,
a
then?
token, though. Oh, well, maybe it is. I can't. Oh, I can't drag it. Never mind. We can see now, yeah. All right.
Okay.
But it doesn't. Oh, anyways, that's fine. It
Okay,
worked.
whatever. And so, Patrick, you've done all 3?
Yes, I did. Influence, influence, bureaucracy, and disguise.
Cool. Okay. And Matt, how are you doing on yours?
Good. I'm set. I failed. I passed my other two, so I only took a point in. I ended up with 3 points in seduction, a point in demolitions, and a point in lockpicking.
Oh, interesting. Demolitions.
Which, makes for a wild night.
Nice. All right. So yeah, here we go. We are at GCHQ. Jago's gotten inside. Veronica, you were trying to figure out how to get in, but it didn't quite work. 69. Nice. So what would you guys like to do?
So I ended up on the roof, or I ended up on the side of the building outside, right?
Correct. Yeah.
What kind of building and what kind of gap is there between the building next door and the roof of this building?
The roof of the building is probably, let's say it's like 6 stories tall or something like that.
Okay.
The gap outside, you could like park delivery vehicles there.
Just that. Okay. And how tall is the next door building?
Let's say it's, 3-4 stories.
Oh, okay.
Or you know what we can do?
No, that's all right.
Yeah.
I can deal with obstacles.
All right. And what were you thinking? Were you thinking of going out the other side? And
Oh, I'm just going to check my inventory for demolitions real quick.
okay, nice.
Shit.
All right. So I'll.
I think
Veronica's-
what I'm doing is I will be just kind of posted up outside the street, and I'm either waiting for a guard change or I'm waiting for Alvy to come out.
Got it. And so okay, so you're on point, sort of keeping an eye on the front of the building.
Mm-hmm.
And Jago, you've gotten in. What would you
Mhm.
like to do?
I'm gonna go look for okay, so have I been to this particular building before? Like, do I know where Alvy works?
Let's say you have some familiarity with the building, but maybe you don't know exactly Alvy's desk.
Are there like directories posted?
Yeah, let's say the office of Chester Webb is on the 6th floor, and
Perfect.
and he was working pretty closely with him.
Okay, I'm headed that way then. Headed up Chester Webb's area.
Okay. So yeah,
Incognito.
nice. Do you have like a bunch of balloons that you use to block your face?
No, I think I just look like a regular schlep walking through. Like, I'm just trying to be nonchalant about it. Like,
Okay.
Are you taking the stairs or the elevator?
elevator, wherever the most people are.
Okay. So like it's an exterior facing elevator and you see me and you see me outside and you see me take out a pack of cigarettes that you know to be yours.
Are they mine or are they Alvy's or Chester's?
Oh, Alvy's, naturally.
Yeah.
But you thought you had them.
Gotcha. Okay. And I like,
But then I look around and I check the packet and the lighter's not in there.
and I hold up the lighter. Like, and I look to the, like, is there, how many people are in the elevator with me, Art?
Say 3.
Who's the most disheveled looking one?
You are, but second place.
Fair.
You've been up all night. Second,
That's
let's
true.
just say like there's like a lifer middle management, little frumpy. His shirt's not quite tucked in right. He's bad shave, like you see mist patches all over the place.
Feel personally attacked.
Hey, Hot, could a bum a smoke off you, Hot?
And he's like, and he pulls out his, he's like, yeah, sure. And he pulls out the pack of cigarettes, and you see it's his last one, and he just realized. And he
Definitely, I reach in and like pull it out.
I was about to say, and he's not going to take it back because you already said yes. And he's like,
Oh,
and
cheers,
then-
Hot.
oh wait, you have the lighter.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you don't. Okay. You don't need him to light his last cigarette.
Yeah.
All
Cheers,
right.
love.
And he just sort of goes back to like staring at the numbers up top and watching them ting, ting. And
It's only a 6-story building.
yeah, but it's old elevators.
I'm kidding.
Is there a guy like actually like is there an elevator attendant?
No, it's not quite like that.
Okay.
And so yeah, you get to the 6th floor and it opens up, and maybe this poor disheveled bastard gets off on 4. He's not top shelves. And yeah, so eventually you get to the 6th floor and you pop open.
Right. And I'll take a couple. I'll let everybody else exit. I'm standing in front of the door, but I'll let everybody else exit before me.
Okay. Let me what do you have? Give me a bureaucracy roll just to.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna let you try and blend in some other ways, but I feel like 69. Okay. So
Nice.
you don't exactly. Very nice. Because we're dirtbags. You don't exactly know where to go.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah. How many very nices do you think we can get in one session?
At least a dozen
It's
more.
at least 69 of them.
Very nice. So do we have a counter on the bottom of the screen?
Tick, tick, tick.
All right. So you get out and you realize you're not 100% sure where to go, and you freeze for a minute
Mhm.
and are kind of like, and you're realizing you're not blending in for a moment.
Is there... Like, I'm going to go find this service elevator now. So I'm on the 6th floor. I'm going to go find wherever the service elevator is, and maybe, like, the mail delivery guy is getting ready to go around.
Okay. And so as you start, like, sort of poking your head, like a woman from the secretary pool, she comes over and is like, "Can I help you, love? You look a little bit lost."
Right, a little bit lost. Candygram for Mr. Alvey, ma'am.
Candygram? Usually...
Candygram.
Sure, yeah. Give me a deceit roll.
Okay.
Oh, it was on 12 for a second.
I know. Now, what'd you get?
72.
72. If you want to spend a luck point, you can turn that to a 27.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So that turns the failure into a success. And she looks at you puzzled for a moment. She's like, "Oh, well, sure. Yeah, of course. You're looking for Albie Graham.
Yeah.
Let me take you over to his desk." And, she just she starts walking. You know how when people are like, she's not trying to talk to you. She just assumes you're right behind her. And she's just going very directly to where she's trying to get to.
Sure.
And, you sort of, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go. I was just saying, I'm trying to be... I'm not making a scene. That's fine. I'll walk direct.
And, she navigates through the cubicles, sort of snakes through some corridors, past like the little lunchroom, and eventually she comes to a pretty nondescript little desk. And you see the little nameplate that says, Mr. Albie Graham, and he's not there. And she just kind of goes, "Oh, okay." And then you can tell, like, she's actually not really a fan of Albie Graham. And she's like, "I think I know where he is. I'll sort of point him out to you, and you can take it from there."
So you do this often, love?
And she's like, "It's a little bit of a thing that's known around the office." And she now leads you to the sort of the atrium, or the exterior of Chester Webb's office, like where his secretary sits. And what you see through, like, and she just sort of like from a distance, the woman's like, "Here, he's over there, chatting up that bird." And you can see Albie Graham. He's sort of sitting on the edge of the secretary's desk, clearly trying to flirt. And you can tell the woman is pissed, but not because, like, she's like, your attempts at advances disgust me. She's clearly angry, and they clearly know each other well.
So I'm gonna just walk up jauntily. Alvy, love.
And so, yeah. So you see, I'll bring her out onto the. I don't know if that woman just showed up. You see her at the desk, and she's kind of like rolling her eyes at Albie, and Albie is like, "Oh, come on, it doesn't have to be." And then he turns and sees you interrupting. It takes him a second to realize, and he's like, "What the hell are you doing in here?"
Right. So I'll reach into my vest and pull out one of the flowers from Tiana's. I say, "Right, Tiana sends her love, mate. You want to take a walk with me, bruv?"
And with that, the secretary, you can see her nameplate on the thing is Sarah Baldock. She stands up and just smacks Albie across the face, and then sort of covers her face really quickly, like trying not to cry, and storms off towards the restroom.
Alvy, brother,
He's like,
how many birds have you screwed in this office?
and he's like, look, this is none of. I don't even know why you're here. How did you get past security in the first place? I told them specifically that we did not have an appointment.
Oh, but you see, my friend, you do have an appointment. Come on.
Nice.
And I'll take the flower and like tuck it into his lapel. Right, let's take a walk.
And he's like, how did you get that? I don't know if I need to go anywhere with you just yet, but
Albie, we're not gonna cause a scene, right? You've already been slapped once at work today. Don't make it happen twice.
And at that moment, all of a sudden you hear, bzzz. Miss Baldick, if you could get Downing 10 on the line for me, please. That'd be great. Thank you very much. And you recognize it as Mr. Webb's voice from the previous night.
And I'll look at Albie and I'll say, she's not here right now. You didn't hear that. Come on.
Okay, so let's do this. We need to do is...
Above the table, what were we trying to do with this guy?
Well, you're
We
trying
have
to...
dirt on him. We're trying to intimidate him to get information about what they were doing in Finland, right? It was Finland, right?
It was in Finland, correct?
That's
yeah.
right. Okay.
Yeah.
So all right. Let me adjust slightly. So he's got the flower in his lapel. We just got his other boo thing at work. You know, so I'll pull him in real. I'll put my arm around his shoulder and bring him in real tight. I'll say, listen, love. There was a gas leak at your old bird's house last night. I really need to talk to you and find out about, anything that may be going on at your house, or maybe we can discuss some other things, or we can go in and talk to your boss about these things. I don't know if he wants a philanderer, working on the outside. We can have lots of discussions. We can make this as loud or as soft as you want. Cars in the lobby. Let's go.
Literally.
Beep, beep.
All right.
It's up the elevator.
I'm on the fucking freight elevator.
Oh, man, it's like the Italian job. So
I pull the e-brake and I hit the intercom. Yes, right away, sir.
So you've got that going on. Let's jump down to Veronica. Veronica, are you still on point? Did you decide to try something else? Or
Yeah,
something
I
else you want to look
completely
into?
understand and acknowledge that the hole and wall I've backed myself into by splitting the party. But I have full faith in Jago.
Oh God.
But I don't see anything down below, right? Like there's not a guard change, Albie's not coming out, no secretary comes running out with mascara on her face.
Well, let's put it this way. Do you want her to run out the door?
No, it's only if no.
Okay.
I mean, I'm perfectly content. Again, I understand that it's not she's just doing her thing, but no, I'm good.
Okay, cool.
If she comes out, great. I'm ready for it, but no, I fully anticipated that Jago eventually would come out.
Would it be more interesting if the secretary?
I think so.
Yeah, let's have the secretary. She's running out of the building.
Mascara streaming.
Right. So you wouldn't know who she is particularly, but clearly she's a mess.
Yeah, I'll follow her like around the corner.
She just assumes it's something Jago did.
No, I'll follow her around. Like this catches my eye.
Okay. So you. Let's see here's what I'm gonna do. You are going. That's not your character sheet. Give me a. Did I do a tradecraft?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have tradecraft.
Yeah. Hopefully. So give me a tradecrafts roll. Very nice. You're not exactly sure who, but you're not the only person that took notice of this woman. You're just getting this sense, like, as you move to sort of check what she's up to, like out of the corner of your eye, you could have swore like, wait, did that person just move when I moved? Like there's something there. And you're not sure what it is, but so let's bring Sarah back on. So you see Sarah sort of like, again, mascara running down, and she's sort of like, running in heels, so it's sort of those shorter steps. And she runs over to like a corner store, like a bodega. I don't know what they would be in London. Let's just assume it's like a bodega.
A lorry.
A lorry, yeah, a flat. And she runs in there, and you can see her sort of, buying a pack of cigarettes, a little travel packet of tissues, things like that. And so she's doing that. But yeah, and again, like I said, your sixth sense said, I feel like when I moved, somebody else moved.
Oh, tut, love. And I'll throw a quid on the counter. I don't know.
Okay.
What are you doing?
And,
why do you have a squid with you?
You throw down a 100-pound note?
Yeah. I don't know how much a quid is. I throw 5 of funny money on the counter.
A toonie.
Oh, my dear, it is far too early, and like I'll even be as so bold as to kind of take her face in my hands, and I'll dab at her eyes and mascara a little bit. Oh dear, it is far too early in the morning to let a man get to you like that. And like I'm just assuming, like this is Veronica obviously does not know, but she's making an assumption. Like she's reading her good enough.
Right. Okay. And to what end? Like just.
Well, I'll buy the cigarettes for her and the tissues, and I'll pull a tissue out. That I love. That's. I'm off with you. Shall we pop across the street for a cuppa?
Yeah, and she's like, yeah, I'm so sorry. Thank you. Yeah, I could use a moment to catch my breath.
And she looks up in my eyes a little bit, and like I have the ability, like my eyes are watering just a little bit as well. Like they look compassionate, and like there's water welling at the bottoms of them. Love, I've been there, and I'll extend a hand.
Nice.
Cass.
All right. So you sort of like help
Does she
her.
tell me her name?
Yeah, she's like, hi, I'm Sarah. Thank you. Do you give her your name, or is it
Yeah, no, I extend my hand. I say Cass.
Oh, Cat. I'm sorry. You were saying Cats. Got it. I thought you were. Yeah. So she's like Sarah, and she's like, yeah, no, thank you. I could use a cup of tea that just catch my breath before I go back to the office. I don't want to go back to the office, but I guess, but yeah, it'd be good to just, take a minute. And as you're crossing the street to get to like a little coffee shop, for the briefest moments, like just a flash, you're not even sure it's real, you think you see Tiana. And then she ducks around a corner. Somebody looks like you thought you saw Tiana, and then all of a sudden she was gone around a corner. Can't be 100% sure it was Tiana.
Okay, I'm going to draw some assumptions here because I'm a spy. And so we're going to sit down, and she's been like, love, I don't intend to be too forward, but 15 years or so ago, I caught my lazy, slousy boyfriend stepping out with some floozy, and well, it just breaks my heart to assume that someone's harmed you. Tell me that wasn't the case.
And she's like, well, no, it was the case. The best. And then she just goes, full waterworks, and like, I know he's married, but I could have sworn, like, I thought but I believed things he said, and
dear. Let's raise our glasses and let's give a toast to this gentleman, and then forget him for, I don't know, it's like some bullshit like that. What was his name again?
Albie? Or, yeah, above the table.
No, I'm asking her.
Oh, yeah, and she's like, he's a guy, his name is Albie.
Well, she'll raise her teacup, and Sarah, my love, may Albie Rotten Hill right alongside my Jimmy.
Nice. And she's like, even his name is like a soft chin. So yeah. So back to Jago. Jago, you were talking to Albie, so let's go. We got to talk. You know,
Before we cut over, the last thing you hear me say
sorry.
to her is just like, "Tell me all about him, love."
Nice, very nice. And yeah, so with that, Jago, we cut back to you, and you got Albie. And where are you trying to go with him?
I'm just trying to move him towards the surface elevator at this point, I think.
Okay,
Question:
of course.
did Jago see me cross the street outside the window?
Ooh.
I would say no, because he was
Yeah.
inside like an interior space, and yeah, he was sort of around the yeah. So I think he's not aware that you've run into the secretary.
All right, then instead of the service elevator, Jago is going to have the sense to go to the regular elevator where
Okay.
he saw Veronica cross like earlier,
Right.
and we did the whole cigarette thing. So
Yeah.
let's just go down to the lobby. Let's pry an eyes in the lobby.
Here's an idea, if I could. What is tradecraft? Just like how good I am at spy shit.
Yeah, it's like general spy shit, like a little bit of a catch-all kind of thing.
Okay. I was gonna, if that went well, I know you didn't ask for it, but if that went well, I was gonna leave like a little indicator, but I didn't.
Well, what did you roll?
I rolled a 70.
So you can turn that into a 7 if you want to spend a luck point.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
That's okay.
Cool.
If I hit it naturally, I was gonna do it like leave a little.
Is it like a little Blade Runner matchstick man with an erection?
Yeah, basically, but it was just gonna be a cigarette. But like I was gonna say, like we'll like if we leave the scene, we leave the cigarette with the.
Leave the
Gosh,
pack
did they
of
have
cigarettes.
filters in the 60s?
I don't think you need to roll. I mean, you know, like if you're like, you know, like somebody's in the building that's expecting you, I think it's fair to say that you would be like, you know what? I'm just going to leave a little.
When did cigarettes
Just leave the box,
filters?
because we know it's Albie's box or Webb's box of cigarettes.
Okay, so filters were around.
Mhm.
So Patrick, what do you think of this? Like, if we've been in this situation before, and I know it's risky, but like in the crack of the sidewalk where we are, or somewhere that's relatively stable, we leave a cigarette broken in half with the butt of the cigarette pointed, the filter of the cigarette pointed in like the direction we went.
I mean, I like the idea. I just like, but I'm not Superman. I can't see across
Okay.
the like
Well, this is
maybe
if you come outside.
Okay, yeah. If I go outside, then
Yeah,
yes.
not from the.
That's what I was. That's what I thought you were trying to convince me. Like God bless, but I
I'll
don't
allow
think
it.
I can see a cigarette.
I
So,
take
okay.
36 cartons of cigarettes, and I make an arrow on
Yeah,
the
perfect.
sidewalk, and then I steal a little girl's chalk.
Gone this way.
Yeah. This is
Okay.
secret. Do not read.
Top secret, confidential. Burn after notice.
If that's too cheesy and too specific, I'm fine with hand waving it. But
No. I think that makes more sense. I was confused because then I'd have to get the car in the lobby and like, you know, there's just a lot of confusion
what?
going on.
I will somewhere where it's more secure. I will leave it on the driver's seat in the lobby.
Perfect.
Oh man.
We have fun. Is he like coming willingly? Like this is going much easier than I thought if he is.
Well, he's coming willingly, but when you get outside,
That's what Helen said, by the way.
Zaza. When you get outside, he's like, okay, now hold on right here. You're going to come to my place of work and you're going to confront me right outside my boss's office. You're starting to realize it's not 100% willing. He doesn't want to be saying a lot of this stuff right outside his boss's door, or like sort of don't shit where you eat. Like, so then he starts to confront you.
Well, listen, Albie. So we're outside. Are we in the lobby or are we outside at this point?
How far did you want to get? I think he
To the
might
door.
try and get outside because again, he's trying to
Okay.
do this outside his office.
That's fine. I'm good.
He
getting
doesn't
him
stop
outside.
at the car.
No, he thinks about getting in for a minute and closing the door because it's a little private, but then he's worried it's bugged.
Yeah, perfect. So I'm good following him outside. Like, so, and I'm still like I'm not like buddy holding him, but I've still got a hand on him somewhere, I think.
Okay.
To just kind of like guide him, in the small of his back, just like a lover's touch. Out through the look, let's just go outside, talk about this like gentlemen, proper gentlemen. Shall we?
He's like, absolutely.
Right. So Albie, listen, we know about Helen, we know about Tiana, we know about poor Sarah, and really, we just need a little bit of information. I wouldn't say anything to your wife. I'm not going to say anything to your boss. I'm not going to ruin your reputation any more than you already have, love. I just need to know what's going on. What the fuck were you guys doing in Finland? That's our wheelhouse. You guys stay in the office. I just need to know what's going on.
So, and Albie is like, again, you have some gall, and he starts to sort of tough talk you a little bit. But for a moment, you lose track of what he's saying because you think out of the corner of your eye, you see Tiana. And then it disappears.
Look at that commie beret.
So, if whatever he's doing mid-sentence, I'm going to, like, grab his arm and squeeze it. I'll be like, right, I know we just said that it's easy to come outside and talk. Let's go to the parking garage, shall we?
Please tell me the parking garage is the lobby.
So we go back to the lobby. Yeah, no.
You might be in deeper shit than you thought you was, mate.
And then he gets flustered because he realizes you weren't listening to any of his I stood up for myself, honey, when he goes home and tries to talk up his what he did at work. And he says, yeah, sure. Yeah, let's, and then he starts to lead you sort of around the corner and, under the building a little bit or whatever. Yeah.
Okay. And I'm going to, like, keep him in one eye and also, like, be actively looking for Tiana at this point.
Okay. So why don't you give me a perception roll? And after you do that, we're going to cut back to 63, but you could spend...
I'll spend another luck on that. Fuck it.
Yeah, you sort of see someone kind of is looking at a Harrods of London or whatever shop, and you can see is actually like using the glass to follow. She's trying to window shop, but she's holding a little bit too still. And you sort of notice that, and you're like, that could be Tiana. You're not 100% sure, but it definitely could be. And with that, let's jump back to Veronica with Sarah. So, and Sarah's like, and then, he told me he was going to leave his wife, but then, she got pregnant. You weren't expecting that. And so, I mean, I understand, but God, I still love him a little bit,
And I'm half listening, and
Right.
I have, like, I did the thing where I'm facing the door. I'm looking out the window. Hopefully this is something where I can see the front of GCHQ or no?
Yeah, let's say you would have had the knowledge
angle,
to,
Yeah. Do I notice anything as I'm kind of looking around? Like as she's getting into, I want to hear like the recent stuff, but now that she's giving the background about like the baby and stuff, it's like, that's why you don't have kids. That's why you don't have kids, love.
And we're back. A little bit of a hiccup there. So, so to reestablish, you're in the coffee shop, looking over his shoulder as Sarah has finished spilling her guts to you. You do see Albie and Jago come out.
Okay. Do I see anything else?
Yes. I'm going to say you're sort of watching the street because, this is interesting. And your partner, so you sort of like cover their six, so to speak. And you do catch across the street someone clearly like window shopping that is not window shopping. It's from the angle of Jago, it might be, hard to catch. From another angle where you're actually looking from a trained professional, it's obvious they're sort of doing it wrong, so to speak. Window shopping wrong.
Sarah, love, I just noticed the time. I tell you what, you enjoy that crumpet on me. Take a few minutes and just know it's not worth it, love. It's not worth it.
And she's like, I know, you're right. I know. This time.
Yeah. Have a smoke on me. And I give her Albie's pack of cigarettes.
And as she leaves, she goes, "This is his brand." Until she's right back in it as you walk out the door.
Like, I didn't think I was going to get like, oh, he's dealing in trade secrets with like foreign governments. I just wanted like one more source of him being a cheating bastard. So I'm going to step outside and I'm going to take as wide of approach as I can to this. I assume it's a female. Like, I can make out it's a female. I don't know it's Tiana or anything like that, but I see it's a female, right?
I say at this point, because you're sort of, again, she's looking over her shoulder at Jagu. You could probably get a bit of a look at her face because, she was so striking.
Okay. Yeah. She was attractive and beautiful. I will walk up to her.
We get it. Veronica's pretty too. No, I'm kidding.
Jealous bitch.
I will come up to her next to her in the window while she's looking away on her left side, and I'll fix my hat. This blasted wind, I can never keep it straight. All right, Tiana?
You guys keep going. I gotta jump for just 2 seconds.
Okay. So yeah, with that, she kind of startled. She realizes that she's sort of let her guard down. And she kind of goes, oh man, that's so funny. I mean, funny that we just talked a few hours ago and here you are again. Oh, how are you? Of course. How are you?
It's funny, love. Hilarious. What are you doing here?
And she points at the window and says, a girl's got to look her best in what I do. So,
love, they don't open till noon on Mondays. Or was it a Tuesday?
It would be a Wednesday because Tuesday.
Oh, that's right, because we got called on Tuesday night.
Yeah.
Love, they don't open till noon on Wednesdays. Do you know who works across the street there?
And she turns and like looks at the wrong building in a way that you think she's putting on a bit of an act. And she's like, I don't know, is that also another department store?
No, take a closer look. Like, I'm gonna let her. I don't correct her yet.
And then she's like, that looks, and then she points at like GCHQ. She's like, that looks like an insurance company.
I grab her hand hard when she points, and I point it at I tilt it up to the 6th floor of GCHQ. And I'm assuming I have some familiarity with he'd be on the 6th floor.
Yeah.
Take a closer look, love. You know who I was just having a couple with?
She's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Sarah.
Give me a roll on insight. Okay. So you drop the name Sarah, but you also at that moment are like squeezing her hand in a way that some of her fingers are maybe bending a little too painfully. So if she were
I'm
going
not trying to break anything, but I am applying pressure.
Right. So at the moment you might have been hoping to see a reaction to the name. The pain might have been too much.
She winces or something.
Right. Okay. And that actually is the reaction you see instead.
All right, Tiana, come out with it, love. What are you doing here?
And she kind of snatches her hand away. Do you try and stop her from doing that, or
what kind of authority do we possess on English soil?
So here's the sorry,
license to kill.
That's
you just blow her brains out.
What
right
I
want
to know.
So no, you're not cops. You can't directly arrest her.
How do we didn't introduce ourselves to her? Like, she doesn't know that we're spies, obviously.
No, she just knew you were looking for Albie in some official capacity, because I think you came with somebody, or maybe it's just the landlord. No, you came with the
police officer or something, right?
Do I have a government badge?
You do. You have some kind of identification.
All right. She pulls her hand back, and I take that moment, like she pulls back, and then I check her on this side of her arm. Like, I get physical with her. I push her back, and I pull out my government IQ. I say, listen here, love. My name is Cass Barnaby. I'm internal affairs for GCHQ. What are you doing here? What do you know about Albie?
So I assume you're trying to do the thing where you sort of have your thumb over the name and hope she doesn't get
of course. Or maybe I even have a fake one. I don't know. I guess if I have a fake one, then I may want to add a roll to if you're gonna make me roll for it, I will add maybe covers.
Yeah, so let's make this. Normally, I think the best skill for this would be sleight. It's like tricks with the hand and stuff like that. You don't have that. So let's say
maybe tradecraft.
Yeah, let's make it a tradecraft. We'll make it a hard difficulty level.
Okay. And is covers like literal like cover stories, or should I use resources?
So let me see. Covers is actual like fake names and stuff like that. So
yeah, okay. So I'll say I have a fake government ID.
Okay.
On the front side of this.
Yeah.
That I never have my real one. So I'm going to use covers to modify my tradecraft.
Now there's two things you can do. You can either roll 1d10 and add that as a bonus, or if you want to maximize it and get the full 10, it'll drop it down to a d8.
I'll roll the d10.
Okay, so let's roll a d10.
Nice.
Oh, very nice.
Nice.
9 for the listeners.
Oh,
yeah. And we're going to add a 9 to your tradecraft roll. So if you use that skill roll V10 macro, and then for the custom, you want to check augment skill and then custom augment value, enter 9. And then give that a roll.
It's hard and
tradecraft.
The tradecraft, and it says augment with.
Skip if you check the box, but then enter a number, I think it overrides the skill.
It.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
Can I flip it
with a luck point? Yes.
Yeah, I will use a luck point. Oh, but that's not enough still.
Let's see. What did you roll? You rolled a 74 to make it a 47. Then you need below a 38. Yeah. So the luck point won't do it. Now, if
I flip it, oh no, it already made it. Wait, my tradecraft is 48.
Right.
But it's hard.
Right, which makes the
oh yeah, that's the hard.
So you need a 38.
Dang.
So what you can do is you can get sort of like a second chance, like in Call of Cthulhu, where you sort of tell me what the negatives would be, and then it goes from a hard to a formidable. So you would need a 19. You would need why? I don't know what you would need, but it would become a formidable skill check. If you want to give it a second chance, but there's a higher risk of failure, consequence. Sorry.
Man, she's not having a good spy day. Let's. Okay, I'll push this.
Okay.
And you tell me if this is appropriate or not. The risk here is that security at the front desk sees me pushing a woman up against the department store glass.
Yeah. How about instead of security, maybe there's like a cop that's rounding the corner.
Okay.
And yeah, he sees this altercation about to break out. But do you want to push it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. So again, tradecraft is going to be a formidable.
All right, augmented by 9.
Yep.
Oh dear.
But you can flip it. You can flip it.
Flip a push. Oh.
So yeah, you rolled the listeners. You rolled a 90 against a skill check at 29, but because you can flip it with a luck point, it becomes a 9. And yeah, you get the.
So I'm pushing her up against the glass, and the cop he kind of strolls out in the middle of the street, and he doesn't see us, and he looks left, and then he looks right, and he starts working down right. So I put my hand over her mouth. I say, "Lucky that." And then we duck into we kind of duck in like a little alleyway where,
Okay.
but the alleyway I can still see the parking garage.
Sounds good. Okay. So you've sort of pulled this feint off with Tiana. Let's go back to Jago. Jago, you were taking Albie into the parking garage. So, Veronica, you watch them around the corner and go, sort of down a decline. And Jago, what do you do?
I'm gonna start walking towards the car with him.
Okay.
I mean, we're just gonna go, and I'm gonna be like, listen, I don't know who's following you. I don't really know why they do that. Maybe they want the same secrets that I do. Maybe you blab too much. Maybe you stalk your pork roll in too many different sausage buns.
It's a Taylor ham.
Too many Taylor hams and too many rolls. So we're just gonna take a walk. and maybe you can save your marriage. Maybe you can. I don't know why I'm Australian all of a sudden.
Crikey.
Crikey, shrimp on the barbie. Maybe you can save your marriage. Maybe you don't. Maybe you save your job. I don't know. But we're gonna take a walk and we're gonna go for a ride out into the countryside. And on that ride, you're gonna tell me everything I want to know about Finland. Otherwise, I'm gonna ruin your life. I'm gonna ruin your career, and I'm gonna make sure that you never see your kids again.
Ooh. So, the thing that sticks out to him was, followed me. What do you mean? Somebody's following me? Now he's looking over his shoulders. He's like, what?
Jesus Christ, you're the worst spy I've ever fucking seen. Get your ass in the car.
And, so just a little bit of a retcon. I think at one point I said that Albie was the kind of dirtbag you hate because he went to all the proper schools and blah, blah, blah.
Uh-huh.
He is that. But what I'm going to say is he actually did all that kind of like on financial aid or scholarship.
Mhm.
And when he was doing all those fancy schools, that's where he met his wife.
Uh-huh.
And she has the little bit of money that they have, not him.
Mm.
So
Nice.
when you say like Rune is, he's like, oh, because it's not that he necessarily 100% cares about his wife, but she is a little bit loaded. Yeah.
Okay.
That's how he
So-
affords those flowers.
Yeah, it's his wife buying his mistress and his girlfriend
Love
flowers.
that. Love that. I'm sure she foots the bill for the fancy hooker too. So
Well, he can't afford that on a government salary. So yeah, he's probably taking out a savings.
and his fancy cigarettes. My God,
Mm.
this man is the worst kind of scum.
It's not he's taking it. It's taking it from his like the family allowance that he gets.
Wow.
Wow. From his wife's trust.
Jago's got his other hand in his pocket and is fingering his brass knuckles at this point as he thinks about all of this.
Mm.
But yeah, so is he more pliant now?
He's actually a little scared when you mention, and yeah, like of course, his wife Rune is like, wait, what? And then he's like, wait, okay, and then he gets into the car.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's quickly cut back to Veronica. You are with Tiana. Now, are you still by the store window? Did you decide to go?
No, we dipped like just barely around the corner, just so the
Okay,
cop
yeah.
couldn't. Yeah. But again, we're keeping an eye on the parking garage and the front of GCHQ. This is serious business, love, and I'd hate to get you in trouble. Albie's a dirtbag.
Are we about to kidnap two people?
Well, I don't want her to see Albie, so, or at least no, because I thought about that. I was like, oh, this is going to be hilarious when we both show up at the car with hostage victims. But I don't think I want to get there with her.
Okay. All right.
So
yeah,
we'll see how it goes. If
yeah.
we get there, we get there.
You duck around the corner. You avoid the gaze of the oncoming cop, and she's like, "What are you doing? You can't just drag me around like that. I don't care what agency you work for."
Oh, you see, love, here's the deal. You're not familiar with us. I can, and I will. So, out with it.
And she's like, I really don't understand what you're...
Slam her against the wall again.
Oh, shit.
Listen, love, it's been a long day. You will go scot-free, but you just need to tell me what you're doing here and how it pertains to Mr. Graham.
And she sort of, looks at you for a moment, and she's like, give me an insight roll.
Okay. And do I think... Okay, well, let me see how the insight roll goes.
Okay.
I'm actually thinking on the inside. Veronica is thinking on the inside.
Mhm.
That she's not just here because she's mad at Albie. So I really want to know what she's up to. Because we have the dirt on Albie, but I'm very intrigued at what this...
She's the other woman.
Yeah, but she's wearing a rebel beret, so...
Okay, so...
Oh my God, it's Shea Gurova.
She's pretty posh, so it'd be like chic Guvra.
Yeah, chic Shay. You want to know something? We were talking, I think before we recorded, Chick-fil-A came up. Just to say how chic I am. For the longest time, I called it Chick-fil-A. It never occurred to me that they were misspelling filet, because that's just, I'm like, that would be too dumb. Is that really? Oh my God.
It's from Georgia. Like, I live here. Yes, it is that dumb.
So pretty good sandwiches, but for the longest time, I just called it Chick-fil-A because I was like, of course,
Fila.
like the shoe brand, right? Fila. Anyway, that's how classy I am.
My dad would be like, all right, we're going out for fancy shopping. We're going to Jacques Penney, or called Target Target, but Jacques Penney is just J.C. Penney.
Okay. Okay.
I was like, that's carried over to me, so like we call Target Target and stuff.
Nice. I am not a fancy man, obviously.
But you could be if you started referring to your J.C. Penney outings as Jacques Penney.
Jacques Penney, the recently closed Jacques Penney. So you look at, forgot her name, Tiana, and she says okay, and like a little bit of a tear wells up inside, like in the corner of her eye, and she says, I've broken the one rule, and I've started to fall in love with Albie.
With Albie?
But
Jesus, this guy is like the most
with
limp
paunch-bellied
dick-wristed.
Albie.
Yes, but with your insight roll, you think her accent cracked.
I was almost going to call you out on it. All right, love, here's the deal. You're following me. Let's go get the car out of the parking facility.
Out of the lorry.
Out of the lobby, yeah.
All right, love. Well, you know what? Do I play it that hard first? I've already played like hardball with her.
Mm-hmm.
No, I pull up a little bit. Oh, love. And let me give you a ride back to your flat.
Or go with Australian again.
I noticed it went real Australian real quick.
All right, so
come on, maybe we can swing by my place. Put shrimp on the barbie.
Foster's.
Have a couple of beers.
I pounded Foster's in the parking lot of where I took the LSAT after I took the LSAT. I don't know why it's Foster's, but I just started pounding.
Was that before or after the beach in Maine?
This is long before the beach in Maine.
Can I ask you a little sidebar question? See what I did there?
Yeah.
Are the LSATs hard?
It's hard in the sense that it's not something you can really study for.
Okay.
So like if you're a good test taker, I think you would do well on the LSATs. You can train yourself to like efficiently do the mind game things, like, and it's harder than this, but like if Sally is taller than Patrick and Patrick is taller than Tiana, then how tall is Pat, or like who's the shortest or whatever. You can train yourself for those, but it's more just testing your reasoning and test taking skills. So if you're a good test taker, I don't think so.
Anyway.
Just do it for fun. You just want to know.
I just want to know what the test is like. And then when
just
I
go
pass,
do it. Just go sign up for one.
Art Esquire. If you hurt
All
yourself. Right. Yeah. So you start heading toward. So you know that you saw Jago and Albie going towards the parking garage.
Yeah, but I'm heading towards the car.
In the lobby.
In the lobby.
So Patrick, I thought you were heading to the parking garage to go to the car.
He's going to the parking garage to get in the car too.
Yeah.
That was a joke, Art.
Okay, that's what I mean. So everybody's heading towards the parking garage.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm in the car already. Like, I'm driving the car out of the parking garage.
Well, that's what I was about to say. You're pulling out of the parking garage.
And you have to hit the brakes.
Right. And you see Veronica, sort of half guiding a little strongly Tiana. And you're like, Jesus, I was right.
And you see me, and I let her step in front of me, and I give you a little... And, oh, well, this is convenient. And I open the back door and I just shove her in.
And the horror on both Albie and Tiana's face is like palpable. Like it fills the car. Just like he's like, Tiana, what are you? Oh my God. And she's just like, oh Jesus, Albie. And
what? Yeah. Real quick, what kind of accent did I pick up?
Definitely not English.
Did it sound Finnish?
Soviet.
Finnish, no, but it could be German. It could be, but it definitely wasn't. It wasn't English.
Damn, I wish I had been there because I speak German. Anyway, above the table.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So they are just both in different kinds of horror, looking at each other. Like him, like, oh my God, I can't believe I've been caught in this like triple, cuckolding, and you can't quite tell why she's so horrified. But
Albie, dear, let's keep your mouth shut. You are in deep water, love.
And
Comrade Tiana,
all in.
Well, we have someone you need to meet.
And we're gonna fade to black there.
Mm.
Even though it's a couple of minutes early, and I know this wasn't the longest session, but yeah, you got them
good stop point.
both into the car, and yeah, they are just like, oh my God, I can't believe. Okay.
Jago, could I speak to you
I'm
outside
like-
the car?
I like turn around. I'm like, where to, loves? Where we headed to? Right, look at this pair of birds we picked up.
Well, let me ask you a quick question, just so we can sort of get that ready for next. Like, where do you want to take them?
So where would we go, Patrick? Would we do a safe house, or would we do like a maybe like not one of our safe houses? Like maybe we have a spot that we maintain, but maybe there's an official MI6 spot for this kind of situation.
It's a very specific situation to have a space for.
Well, no, I mean like if you
This
like
is
if
the
you pick
place
up
to-
something hot on English soil in London, then you can go to MI6 and there'll be some like then like our supervisors could meet us there, Q could meet us there,
so
Moneypenny could meet us there, all that stuff.
maybe if you're like more in tune with it, but Jago's like the streetwise guy. Like I think Jago's gonna go to like some terrible whorehouse or something. Like he's gonna go to some shady place that he knows everybody is like.
So maybe
just-
one of our safe houses.
I think that's Jago's first instinct.
No, that's okay because I'm sure. Look, whatever we're on with Tiana,
Yeah.
I'm sure MI6 did not want us kidnapping Albie.
It was an open-ended question.
Potato. And it's not 100% kidnapping. It's not like you put a gun to his head.
Oh, I thought about it, but
Right. But you didn't get
like-
there.
he got in the car of his own free will. Like,
Well, I did shove Tiana in the car.
yeah, so really we successfully guided Albie to the car and we caught some Soviet agents.
And we
so, like,
eliminated foreign threat. You're
I mean,
right.
Jesus,
You're right.
everything's coming up Millhouse right now.
So I
Like,
guess the question for Jago, and I'll go along with it. I think Veronica. I feel like Jago does not see black and white and finds himself in a lot of gray areas.
oh yeah,
And I think that's rubbed off on Veronica, where she is more black and white. But until we cross a line, she'd be going along with that. It's just are we doing it by the books and taking her into an MI6, or are we going to do it Jago style? Which I'm fine with either one.
I'll turn. I'll be like, let's go visit Jimkins again. Actually, we haven't visited Jimkins yet. We're gonna go visit Jimkins, I think.
Who is Jimkins again?
Jimkins
The
is
guy
the
you
pimp,
called?
is the pimp that I work with. Yeah.
Oh no, the one we went around with.
Did we go around?
Yeah,
with
I don't
him?
think we should. I
he-
don't think we should.
No.
He
Yeah,
helped you
I think it
find
should be
Tiana
someone
in the first
outside of
place.
that.
That's right. That's
I don't
right.
think no
Okay.
connection with Tiana. You say that, and I'll like, no love.
I had
This is
above,
quieter. This is quieter.
above the table. I forgot we went around with him already.
Mhm.
So
I mean,
um,
you remember where Tiana lives. I don't know if that's...
no, it's
Okay.
gonna smell like Soviet gulash. It's gonna be Baba Ganoush
Yeah,
or
she's
something.
gonna be
in
able to pull a firearm on us there.
Exactly. Why don't we just I have contacts in the like the constables. You know, just go down to the local jail. Like that seems pretty banal. Oh, we picked these two up, soliciting each other. Like let's just go
Yeah,
to
you
an
want to
MI6.
call in a favor or something like that, and use a sweaty old interrogation room.
That works. Let's good cop, bad cop it.
Okay, so give me a... let me quickly see. I want you to give me... again, it's going to be a... would it be relationships, I assume, or would it be resources? I feel like this is a relationship. You're calling on a cop.
Yes.
Okay, so give me either... I assume because you're at a D4, you probably don't want to burn the D4.
I do not.
Okay, so give me a D4 roll. Now, again, on a 1, it's going to get burned anyway. But you're calling on a cop friend. You get a 3. So now I want you to use that skill roll V10.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to give me a streetwise. And then I want you to click augment. For the custom augment value, just put a 3. Not the biggest bonus in the world, but it was more just to see if you burned that resource to the ground. And you roll a 96, but you want to use, do you have any luck points left?
I got 1 left. I'll burn it.
There you go. So, yeah.
69, nice.
Nice.
And that's where we're going to end it. We did it, boys. We had one more 69 in there. And yeah, we're going to start with you guys getting set up. Maybe it's like a small precinct that's, on the verge of being closed down, or I don't know, whatever you guys want it to be. But you're going to get that private interrogation room.
Matt, give me a British cop show. Grantchester. Grantchester.
Hello, is this all Holmesy boy? How's Dr. Watson?
Somebody
Quick, give me a British investigator.
So real quick, do you want a single interrogation room, or do you want to split these two up?
It's your resource, Patrick. I'm down with whatever.
I think it's just such a small precinct. Like, it's like the shitty, I think it's like there's a jail cell and 1 interrogation room. So we can split them up, but it's going to be...
It's a little bit early for it, I think. But around this time in London, they closed down a lot of the outside precincts and centralized them in London at... So we're using one of the precincts maybe that are flagged to get shut down. They've already moved all the files and all the support staff out to wherever. I can't think of what the name of the British main
Scotland
British
Yard.
It wasn't. They didn't go to Scotland Yard.
No.
They went to something else.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
Metro.
And I think it happened in the. I think it happened in the 70s or something like that.
But they're starting to shut down. We're gonna go to one of those.
Yeah. That's definitely what it should be.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So yeah, that's where we'll pick it up next time. We'll pick it up with you guys arriving at this sort of
Hobnob Row.
Hobnob Row, perfect. And we'll start from there and see where that goes. So nicely done, gentlemen.
Thank you, Art. That was fantastic to get back to it.
Yeah, it was for the listeners, it's a little bit shorter. We needed to catch up a little bit before we started recording. So
it's all good.
Yeah. So that was a good time. But thank you again for checking us out. We are Black Lodge Trivia Night. We're an actual play tabletop RPG podcast. And if you're watching this, then you've already found our YouTube channel. And we would love it if you'd like, subscribe, leave comments, whatever you want to do. But we appreciate that you check this out. If you prefer audio versions of this, just search for Black Lodge Trivia Night wherever you get your podcast. And we should show up there. We're on Twitter. We are on Mastodon. We're on Blue Sky. But if you really want to jump in and chat, we've got a Discord. You can find the link in the show notes if you want to jump in and chat with fellow like-minded role players. Otherwise, this has been Black Lodge Trivia Night. This has been the Cold War spy game. I guess hopefully as summer comes to an end, we're going to get back into our rhythm, our rotations. That means damn fine coffees. That means, more importantly, Eat the Reich. That Patrick's taking us through, and we'll pick it up from there. So, Matt and Patrick, thank you very much.
Thank you, Art.
And sorry, go ahead, Patrick.
Hi, this is Black Lodge Trivia Night.
Right. So we'll pick it up from there, and we'll talk to everybody soon. Take care.
Night.
The music during the RPG session in Foundry was provided by the Foundry module Tabletop RPG Music and composed by Ian Fisher. You can find his Patreon at www.patreon.com/tabletop RPG music, all one word.